They were wizards, but they slit your gizzards too. They plundered arcane mysteries, and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
Bonjour! It is I, Patrick McNamara of Dog Stewed Foodios. Your best friend, and the only person who truly understands you. We are gathered here today to play Mage of Sail, a swashbuckling game of magic and mystery based on Mage of the Ascension, but only based on. So if I get any rules wrong, no I didn't. Thankfully, I'm not having to do this all alone because I wouldn't have enough stuff. So I'm joined by some of my friends, and my first friend here, if you need to clean a cave of guano, don't even bother calling them, because you can't spell batshit, without Tabitha Sheehan.
That's new. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. Yeah, it's great.
Next, if
What
you
a
need...
gift.
So go on.
What a gift. That's it.
If you have a joke that you think is pretty bad and you want to try it out on someone, my next guest is a perfect choice because you can't spell rad lol without Holly Conrad.
You're
it's
right.
Holly Conrad.
I would never judge harshly.
We forgot to clap Tabby. I apologize.
That's okay. I was
we
too
can-
dumbfounded by the
We can drop it in
statement.
later.
Yeah.
We were all surprised.
Next up, let me just look at something. I've always got to look at it.
Didn't you do a different one last time? And
I never meant to cause you sorrow. I never meant to cause you pain. I only wanted to see you at my table. Lovely Dabe.
Oh my god.
Lovely Dabe. Lovely Dabe.
Thank you for doing the biblical version.
Lovely Dabe. Lovely
I
Dabe.
heard that stutter on the snare.
Wow. Talk about judging harshly.
No. Planned.
I always want to see you at my table. Lovely Dabe.
Kind of an abrupt ending, huh?
As Wilhelm, it's Dabe Alan. There was a lot of discussion with Susan about how long I was allowed to make that joke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm probably going to do a longer version and put it over the credits.
I believe you.
And
Yeah,
maybe
you
do
should.
like a Dabe fan cam too.
Oh my god,
Okay.
please. Fan cam,
So that's,
please.
yeah.
I can react to watching the series over again if you'd like.
That'd be
do
fun, actually. So I kind of want us to do like a player's commentary.
We could.
Especially on some of the older ones.
We definitely could watch Ep 1 sitting on your couch mic'd up.
Yeah.
Content's right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
All right.
Just needs to be demanded.
Oh,
We'll
fan
do
cam.
it.
We should take groovies.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
We should take groovies.
Yes, we should take groovies. And YouTube's algorithm doesn't know what groovies are, so we should be fine.
It works out. It works out. It's what you think it is, most likely.
Got him.
So, when we were last united as wizards and friends, we didn't actually have our friend Tabitha here, so it's important that we establish that the Brains storm ended and we attacked the ship of one Paxton Fuppy and successfully beat it up. And stole all of their gold, which is a pretty considerable.
awesome.
This is a considerable amount of gold. However, Liga also sank the ship by turning a man's clothes into acid.
Nice to turn shit to
happens.
stuff.
It tracks.
Now,
Yeah, it's true.
as you all stand on your ship, watching this ship sink slowly into the inky blackness, most of their crew has either decided they're going to swim for shore because you're actually quite near Hammerhead Bay, or they are on your ship and are planning to try and negotiate a place on your ship. So you're all just sort of watching it sink, and then you recall that in the last episode, Liga made some Molotov cocktails using magic and succeeded at a cost. And that comes to mind as the ship explodes in an enormous blast of purple light.
Oh.
Clearly not any kind of normal explosion. Something fucked up happening that can probably be seen for about 20 to 30 miles.
What's the vision radius of the other islands to where we're at right now?
You can probably only be seen from the Golden Isle.
Okay.
So you traveled about a week to get from Blood Island to the Golden Isle.
Yeah.
But this can certainly be seen from this golden isle.
Okay.
Liga appropriately sees this as maybe her time to go into hiding a little bit. Makes her excuses. Heads below deck. And then we start to move on from our scene. We move on to the next day. You all go and, have a bit of a fucking rest. A lot of people, like the night shift basically comes on. Well, actually, so it was the day. It was morning as this happens.
Okay.
So you all go and get a little bit of sleep while you can, and make speed for Hammerhead Bay. Does anyone have anything particular they'd like to do?
I do. I want to check on I feel like being in Nigel's body made me have some more empathy towards him. Because I was just like, man, we're really mean to this guy, and he just loves Big Paul, and that's really sad. And so I'm gonna go check on Nigel.
Okay. So
After the brainstorm.
you wake up sort of around midday, and it's a very nice day as you're going into the Golden Isle. You're sitting on the deck.
Oh, with Steven. Steven's with me. I'm just chatting with Steven.
Just chatting with Steven. And Steven says, Aura, how do you feel the battle went? That was your first battle, I understand. I've seen many, but I was a parrot throughout, so not really engaged in combat to any great degree.
I mean, I do feel we might have biffed it a bit.
Oh, really? Could you explain your definition of biff?
I look over to the bubbling wreckage of the ship. I'm like, wait, another ship would have been helpful. I'm pretty sure the whole point is to keep maybe the assets from the other ship.
Well, I mean, that is true, but it was your first battle.
That's fair.
So you're not really shooting for an A+.
But we do have magic.
That is true, and I thought you used it very ably.
Oh, well, thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
As you're sitting there talking to Stephen, Nigel's sitting nearby, and he goes,
Oh, God.
Oh, was that Breeze or... Oh, Nigel!
he says a little bit louder, and then sort of looks at you the corner out of his eye like he's waiting for you to say, what's wrong, Nigel?
Nigel, I didn't see you there. What's wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about me.
Oh, Nigel, you know you can talk to me. I was in your body.
Well, it's Big Paul, you see. He's on the other side of the ship right now, having raucous celebratory fun.
You're still not talking.
Well, I mean, he's having that raucous celebratory fun with another member of the ship.
What, who?
Sexy Nigel.
I'm sorry, what?
Sexy Nigel.
Sexy Nigel? Who is Sexy Nigel?
Well, we got a second Nigel on board as we left Bones Island, and we already had one Nigel, so we needed a way to differentiate between the two of us. So the crew decided it was better to split us up into Nigel and Sexy Nigel.
That's a bit of an insult, don't you think?
I didn't really see it that way, but now that you mention it, yes, it was extremely hurtful. I feel that they were trying to imply that I was not sexy. I think that may now have been part of the wordplay that they were engaged in.
That's a little, but did Big Paul agree? I mean, that seems like he would notice. It's a little bit rude.
He hasn't really mentioned it, but he does call him Sexy Nigel as well. He's a sort of go along to get along sort of
I
chap.
understand that. Well, wouldn't you like to talk to him again? I feel like you went through a bit.
I'm not. I thought, so I had a counter suggestion, but I would probably need the agreement of all of the co-captains.
Yeah, go ahead.
We could get Sexy Nigel and sort of keelhaul him.
Nigel, I don't think Sexy Nigel has committed a crime, except for being sexy. I don't think being sexy is a crime unless it is.
I mean, you haven't seen him. It might be. If there's anyone who's so sexy that it's a crime, it's probably Sexy Nigel.
Well, is there anything you'd like me to do? Maybe talk to him, bring him down a couple of pegs?
I mean, that would be great. If you could sabotage him, that would be...
Not that. That's bad for crew morale,
push him
Nigel.
off the
You
boat.
know that crew morale is important.
Yes, I do. But I would appreciate it if you was... I mean, yes, I would appreciate it very much if you were to get some reconnaissance on how Big Paul and Sexy Nigel are doing.
Yes, of course. I'm happy to. Do you need any company? Stephen will be happy to give you some therapy. He's very good at it.
Oh, yes, that sounds lovely. I have a terrible fear of birds, so maybe that's where we should start.
He can stand a good 4 feet away and give you advice.
And Stephen says, and also I'm made of goo.
Exactly.
So there's no ability for me to really harm you in any way. merely psychologically torment, as we've done before.
But he means well this time.
Yes, it's therapy this time. So while
I'll let Steven off. Step up. Put him on the railing, and I say, Steven, you give him your best therapist impression, and I will do some reconnaissance, and I'll be back.
So, Saoirse,
Yes.
you wake up ready for the battle, feeling refreshed.
Yes. I'm
You
ready.
actually feel great. You feel like you might have slept for 2 days.
Well, yeah. I feel a little bit foggy.
Yeah, you realize you realize the brainstorm must be over.
Yeah.
But you still have a lot of things to look forward to.
Yes. The battle.
There's the battle. The battle's going to be huge. You wouldn't want to miss that.
No, totally don't want to miss that.
But you do have that slight feeling, which is unusual for you because you have literally perfect timing,
Yes.
that you may be like a little bit late for something.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes it seems a bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Well, I want to get I want to get dressed and get my equipment that I might need for the battle.
Absolutely, yeah. You're going to be fully battled up.
Yeah, totally ready. Get my fighting clothes on, whatever those are. And I guess go up top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing you notice as you walk through the ship, it does have a rather more sort of holes in it than it did when you went to sleep.
Yeah, is there like burning smells?
There's a certain smell of sort of gunpowder,
Yeah.
sulfur. There's also like a really strong smell of like quite a nice soap.
Something's not right. Something's totally not right. I don't know what it is.
And
So I go up top.
as you walk up, the first person you see is Wilhelm.
What's up? You ready to fight?
I think we're done fighting. I'm mostly sure that we're done fighting.
What do you mean done?
I'm relaxing at this point.
Wait.
You may have taken a rest. And I don't blame you. I blame the brainstorm.
So wait. Y'all fought already?
Yeah, we did okay, I would say.
Where's the other ship? Do we have another ship
and I
now?
look, and I just look, and there's just the bubbles that are still rising from the ship.
Yeah, there's a huge
And then I just sigh.
there's a huge flame in the right
Yeah.
really quite far on the horizon, and a giant kind of pillar of purple light coming out
Yeah.
of it. There's also a lot of sort of holes in the deck,
Yeah.
as though someone has perhaps shot a cannon from directly above the ship.
Okay.
It wasn't me. It was me.
It was you?
I did that part.
What happened?
Well, I learned how to use portals. And so I started playing with portals. And then I shot into their ship from above.
Into their ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it wasn't my fault to sink the whole thing, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to talk about that. But what you
Okay.
need to know is the battle's over. And
that's a bummer.
we all did pretty good, all things considered.
Did we profit?
Yeah, you made a lot of gold.
Yeah.
So we got the gold.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got the gold.
that's good, I guess, yeah.
And this was a job, correct?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a job you were actually doing for Mary.
Yeah,
Right. And
Mary.
we got the dude?
Yeah, you got the dude.
Yeah.
Paxton Fuppy was
Yes,
his name.
Fuppy.
I'm gonna I'll fill in the conversation that Wilhelm filled you in on. So I
okay.
say that. So Wilhelm lets you know that there was a very big battle. It all went very well. That you fought two sort of gelatinous creatures called
Okay.
clean beasts,
Okay.
Just remembered.
which were created entirely of soap.
Yes.
And that the battle was
I'm so sorry.
That's the first sneeze we've had on
It
Radio
is.
Sail. That's
Is it
quite
actually?
impressive.
Of course, I
Yeah.
have so many allergies. I'm allergic to clean beasts.
Sneeze count in the corner?
Yeah, that's
One.
yeah.
Don't tell
third.
people. Some people think it's sexy and they'll clip it.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
All right, we won't do that. I'll edit it out, but
Unfortunately, I know that.
I'll edit the sneeze out, but I won't edit this part out because I want them to know that they're missing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That feels better.
The sneeze people, you're missing it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like how you know Taylor Swift never shows her belly button,
Yeah,
and
it's
what
just-
tortures
it's
her
like
fans is that they know it's there.
Is it?
Well, I'd say that's true. Yeah, who knows? But as you guys are having this chat, Corbin St. James comes up and goes, "Saoirse, I feel I may have an apology to make."
Yeah, I missed the fight. What did you do to me? Or my vessel?
Well, one thing you should know about me, Saoirse, is I don't drink terribly often, and it's not because of a lack of enthusiasm for alcohol. It's because I got the most terrible hangovers.
Okay.
So I sensed possibly an opportunity to imbibe some alcoholic beverages without suffering a terrible hangover
Uh-oh.
because I was in someone else's body. I do sort of look forward to the brainstorms for this reason. And I realize now, 36 hours later, as you arise, that I may have overdone it a little bit.
A little?
Quite, I suspect, in fact, that I have overdone it quite a lot, and that I owe you an apology.
So because you don't want to abuse your own body, you abused mine?
Essentially.
That's rude.
I can't think of any basis on which I would disagree with you that it was rude. And I simply would like to offer my apologies, and let you know that I had the most wonderful time.
You owe me.
I do owe you. And
Okay.
I will find a way to repay you.
Okay. All right. I guess we're square or whatever.
I will. We will be one day.
Okay.
And as you guys are having that discussion, Aura, you've marched over to the under end of the ship, and you see Big Paul having the best time of his life, just laughing, singing with... now, answer me a question, if you don't mind. Is Aura at all attracted to men?
I think so. I
Okay.
think she is. I think she's, yeah, she... I'm trying to think, like, would she be into these sailor types?
Well, so the thing about sexy Nigel
Uh-oh.
Okay.
is he's very sexy.
Uh-oh.
So he's
Kind of all types.
Yeah.
he's about 6'3",
Yeah.
which you don't want to go above that, obviously.
Yeah.
Terrible.
'Cause that's where you
Yeah, I'd say that Aura's probably very attracted to the typical Order of Hermes sort of.
Okay, so more
you know,
bookish.
Yeah, she's into the more like bookish, like very academic sort of person. So
So you may be immune to his himbo charms.
I think she would be immune to himbo charms for
He's
sure.
he's about 6'3". He has beautiful, long, flowing hair
Yeah.
with just a touch of blonde to it.
Okay.
His silken white shirt is open to the navel, and he's wearing a gold medallion,
Okay.
The
yeah.
deepest V.
and has
Yeah.
just the right amount of chest hair
Okay.
showing.
So this is
And,
like a
he's
Fabio
also
vibe.
laughing as well. But,
Sure.
But he's laughing like,
Oh no.
Like he can't laugh.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah. Okay.
and Big Paul's
Okay.
laughing like,
Oh dear. Uh oh.
No.
and he says, Captain Aura, wonderful to see you. I don't think we've been formally introduced. My name's Nigel, but they call me, it's rather embarrassing, and honestly, I find it embarrassing to even introduce myself as this, but the crew prefer it. They call me Sexy Nigel, if you can believe such a thing.
Oh my god.
So Aura turns on her like typical charm that she has to do in functions,
Okay.
because she's assuming that like this person is like maybe a plant from something.
Yeah.
She doesn't assume that like this isn't a sailor. It's like you meet like Thor, and like he's just like working a construction job. You're like, oh, Thor, like what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
you must be lying. Like, so she just like puts on her charm, and it's just like, oh, hello, good sir, like welcome, like nice to meet you. I'm Aura, as you know. I can see why they've called you Sexy Nigel.
Well, thank you very much. I do
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah, these are very, very impressive. This, she like gestures at his like open chest. She's like, clearly you value what brings you into the sailing life, Sexy Nigel? I mean, it seems like you seem well versed in I don't know, sexiness. So don't you think you'd be better off as like a
Well, it's a
mage?
it's
Something?
It's an amazing thing that I've just found throughout all my life. People just liked having me around, and I've never really had to develop any particular skills, but people are always people assure me that I'm very, very useful aboard the ship, and they probably couldn't do without me, and I just believe them.
So she's like, you're a narcissist.
I believe I'm
Now she knows exactly this type of person. She knows so.
I believe I'm a kind of like, I guess, a morale officer. Well, I mean, obviously Mary's mostly in charge of morale, but then I'm sort of one of her crew, just in charge with keeping everyone happy by being sexy.
Can I?
Keelhaul him, yeah, you can.
Well, I'm gonna go into my spirit sense, and I'm just gonna see if I can see anything weird.
Okay, sure.
Is he possessed by anything? I'm like, this is too weird. Like, something's weird. I don't remember this person being on the ship. I don't remember where they came from. I would have noticed someone who's this tall.
There are enough people on the ship that you definitely haven't met everyone.
Okay.
So it's plausible that you haven't met him before.
Okay.
Your spirit sense, you don't see anything. If you just use spirit sense, you don't see anything unusual about him. He seems to be, for instance, a normal human mortal male.
Okay. What
Just
if
a sexy one.
What if I sense flaws in him?
Oh, sure. Okay.
I don't like him, so I'm gonna sense. I'm like, oh, you're just manipulating people. All right. Well, I'll just sense flaws in you.
So just give me an entropy roll for that then. So
Okay.
that's going to be your. What is your focus skill for entropy? Is it
Craft. Yeah. 1 success.
So you draw a sigil in the air and you sense his flaws. And let me tell you, there's no physical ones.
Yeah.
Generally. But what you can see is that he is extremely sensitive about the size of his calves.
His calves?
This is a thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Patrick's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Well, I look immediately. I'm like, I look down immediately. Like, what the?
And he says, "Oh, sorry, you've."
Are they small or big?
So he's wearing beautiful cut-off like jean shorts.
Yeah.
So you can see his calves, and look, they look like perfectly fine calves to you. But he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I should have should wear long trousers. Don't mean to expose the old calves.
What?
But I notice you staring at them. I'm not surprised. They are one of the hardest places to pack en masse."
Well, I feel like that's weird.
I mean, yes, they are.
Do you ever
weird.
think? And I'm like looking around. I'm like, do you ever think that like some people might just not be into mass? Like perhaps they might be into. And I like make a very distinct look at Big Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a more bookish type, slender, small,
I think
kind.
I mean, Big Paul's certainly into mass. Look at his calves. He's
Yeah,
got
but-
calves like barrels of grog.
Dang.
Let me tell you, Big Paul, you've got calves like barrels of grog.
But maybe sometimes you don't need that. Maybe it's nicer to have someone who's a bit softer. I look at Big Paul again.
Big Paul hasn't really heard what you've said, because as soon as he said that Big Paul has calves like barrels of grog, he started giggling. But no, I'm...
Under my breath, I'm like, we're gonna have to push him overboard.
But yes, I apologize for exposing my calves. I thought that maybe if I showed my shame to the whole ship, I would work harder on them.
What do you?
Maybe get them back into shape. What I'm looking for, as I'm sure you can imagine, is a perfect diamond.
I don't.
And at most, it's some kind of cubic zirconium at the moment. It's not really working out.
I don't think I've ever even looked at someone's calves. This is absurd. I was coming here to cheer up Nigel, not you, regular Nigel.
I mean, you just looked at my calves.
Well, because you pointed them out. This is clearly your insecurity.
Insecure. Yes, Captain. If you say so, then
my
I'm
God.
very insecure.
No, you're not. No. Listen.
I'm listening, Captain.
All I'm saying is that this man right here, Big Paul,
Big Paul.
who has barrel-like calves. I don't understand this. This is weird. I
Thank you
don't
very
get
much,
it.
Captain.
I'm saying that he needs to go talk to other Nigel, because other Nigel is very sad and is a wonderful, kind, small, soft, bookish boy who needs a little bit of attention.
Well, let me put a counterpoint to you, Captain Aura. He's already talking to a Nigel, and it's a better one. You get a better class of Nigel on this side of the ship, isn't that right, Paul? And Paul actually doesn't laugh.
Oh, it's very arrogant.
Well, I mean, no one likes Nigel. I mean,
I personally
non-sexual,
like
I would-
Nigel. I think that Nigel's a wonderful and kind human. He's just anxious and maybe a little bit brainwashed from math.
Well, I certainly don't feel good when I try and do math.
No one
Thankfully,
does.
people are always willing to help me out. So I can understand. Maybe all this math has broken poor, not sexy Nigel's brain.
I'm just like, as soon as he said people always help me out, Aura's like, just like, Big Paul, and then she looks at Big Paul and she's like, Big Paul, it seems that you've made your choice, that this large,
I'm just hanging out with sexy Nigel, you know?
small-calved, small-brained, arrogant, possibly narcissistic person has more value to you than sweet, kind, bookish Nigel who needs a friend. And you know what? I will continue to go be there for him because he clearly doesn't have you. And then I'll just leave.
And as you walk away, you hear sexy Nigel going, "Am I carved really small?" Don't think he heard the rest of it. Big Paul goes, aye, Captain, as you walk away. He looks like he's a little bit less thrilled with.
And I also yell, and I know because I was in his body, it was weird. And I continue walking.
So, three of you now all on deck.
Oh yeah, I run into them. I'm like, ugh.
I'd like to really quickly. Wilhelm spends a lot of time alone. Usually planking.
Yeah.
So it's quiet. Things are still, so he hears a lot.
Yeah.
And he did hear most of that conversation, including the "nobody likes Nigel," which kind of flared up a little bit. And I think the first inclination, and perhaps it's not the most honorable one, but it is to sense life.
Okay.
And I'm looking for mites.
Mites.
Slash, if there's any sort of bug, pest
Lice.
kind of
Yeah.
kind of thing on the ship.
Okay.
My intention is to then slightly alter it to only crave sexy Nigel's face. And specifically his pillow, and like really want to live in that pillow.
So there are numerous mites aboard this ship.
How many dice I gotta roll for this?
Yeah, so that's that's so you're altering a
Which is a two sphere.
yeah, you're altering to alter a simple life form to crave a specific person's blood.
Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever they have.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be 6 dice.
Okay.
And that's a very small change. So you only need to make the 2 successes.
Yeah, I do have 1 persistent paradox, so we're just gonna make that.
I'm gonna throw that in there
in case something bad happens. Luckily, didn't crit. That's a 5 success.
You got 5 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I use it all up on these fucking mites.
We don't need that later. You don't see anything happen immediately.
That's fine.
But sexy Nigel's sitting there.
It's passive.
Yeah, you see him regain his regain his self-esteem about 20 seconds after it was dented. He was just like, "My cars look great.
Oh my god.
They're much bigger than anyone else's cars, except for Wilhelm. And there's something going on there. And I think, honestly, I have better symmetry."
Oh boy.
He explains to Big Paul.
Don't.
And then Big Paul says, "I gotta go and I got some crew stuff. I'm gonna go and he goes and he goes up to the helm and he sort of polishes it a little bit, just like tries to make himself busy." As you're all on the ship, you hear a cry from a crew member that says, "Mermaid sighted!" And a lot of the crew rush to whichever side of the ship they're looking out of to see if they can see the mermaid. You're all welcome to rush or not rush.
Oh yeah, I want to see a mermaid.
I want to protect my mind.
Okay, so that's a 1 dot effect. So go ahead and just roll the dice to see how strong it's going to be. You fucking don't like
5
mermaids,
dice, right?
Jesus. Sorry?
5.
It's actually 6 dice.
6 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's right.
you went up in a retail rating.
Do I have
Yeah, do you have any
paradox?
paradox?
No, let's say you
After the hangover, we'll say.
Yeah, you
So
You can drop the
1,
blue.
2, 3, 4. Oh, I can drop it. Oh,
Yeah, well, that one doesn't count.
We'll just pretend.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. Again, a pretty
Great
good one.
rolls.
So
Great
no
rolls.
one's getting into your mind for a while.
Right.
So-
I just know mermaids sing.
Yeah. Do you want to? So would you rather make that a very strong shield or one that lasts for a longer time? You could have a mind shield for a few days.
Oh, like
with
a
5
normal?
successes.
Like
Yeah, like you could just so you've got extra successes to spend essentially.
Okay.
You needed 1 and you got 5.
Yeah.
So you've got 4 extra successes. You can either make the mind shield stronger or you can make it last longer.
And it lasts longer. It lasts pretty long on its own.
Yeah, it normally lasts for about a scene.
Okay.
You have enough successes, you can make it last for a few days.
I'll make it last a few days.
Okay. So your mind shield is up. You do see you all get there close enough to see a big grey tail swoosh out of the water and splash. You don't see the top half of this.
Mermaid.
You see gray though.
Yeah, it's great. But Dr. Elizabeth Splatt says, walks up to you, Wilhelm, as you're looking, and says, "I don't want to ruin it for the crew. So I can't. If you remember, I am a zoologist. So
Yes.
there's a terrible urge when someone's getting animals wrong to correct them. So I'm just going to correct it to you, and then people will find me less obnoxious. That's a manatee.
Okay, fair.
It's a sort of. Are you familiar with manatees?
I'm actually
Will?
not familiar. I've never heard of this.
It's sort of like imagine a sea-born cow.
Okay.
They can be absolutely enormous. Very.
Are they like a boat cow?
No, a sea cow. Very
Okay,
different.
okay.
Quite.
All right.
Honestly, by Blood Island standards, they're quite mundane. But yes, a sort of it's just sort of a very friendly, large creature that I'm sure the British will start butchering for food any time now.
So and they transform and they sing and they.
Oh no! It's the top half very much looks more like a sort of sad cow.
Oh.
Big wrinkly face, but the back half, I'm
sexy
pretty
half?
certain that's the tail, and that's
Okay.
where people tend to see the tail coming out of the water. Think mermaid, but
Yeah.
no,
Why
manatee.
do people confuse them so often?
I think it's because the sailors are often drunk.
Oh,
The grog, yeah, that does
Yeah.
that sounds a lot.
affect things.
How are you?
Well, I trust you. You know, you showed me a unicorn.
I appreciate it. I mean, a lot of the time when I explain, specifically to any of the men on board, I explain to them anything about an animal. They then explain it back to me. So I appreciate that you didn't.
Of course. You have a degree, and I have some striations.
Yeah, you're huge, and that's a degree in itself. You know.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to the Golden Isle? And she branched out a little bit. She's a little
Yeah,
bit more
fair,
comfortable.
fair.
She talks to all of you. Like, looking forward to the Golden Isle at all? This is my first trip, so I can't give you a lot of tourist information, I'm afraid.
I'm excited to see what's gonna be there. I guess, like, hopefully nothing too chaotic.
Well, my understanding is we're heading into Hammerhead Bay. So,
Oh, Wait, is he still with us?
The shark.
Apex is still on
Well,
board.
I seriously
Oh,
was
you
asking
actually
because I'm
asked that?
out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
out.
Oh, yes, I believe he was planning, to my understanding, and I'm sure the captains will correct me, he was planning on leaving, and then his new ship immediately sunk because Liga exploded it with magic.
Oh,
So yes, he's still here. I believe he's in the build. He rather likes it there.
okay. As long as he's cool,
He fought well.
that's good. That's good to know.
But yes, the Golden Isle, quite an exciting place. We're heading to Hammerhead Bay, which is a very piratey sort of town. Lots
sounds
of smugglers and things like that. I think it's going to be terribly rugged. And as someone who didn't leave Blood Island terribly often and didn't leave London terribly often before that, I'm sort of excited. I know you'll all look after me, so I'm perfectly safe. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to do a little bit of tourism. Not too many crazy animals. I know that. That's definitely a Blood Island thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure my speciality is going to be as useful.
But you can be a tourist.
I can be a tourist, absolutely, and I will still be here if you need me. I've been attending to the crew as much as I'm able to. I did have pre-med, so I know a little, and I can also sort of talk to them a little bit about parrots
Yeah.
while they're screaming in agony from
That's-
a
yeah.
terrible splinter or a cannonball that nearly fell on their head. Sorry, Wilhelm. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad.
Oh no, it's okay.
Wait, did you accidentally
can't
kill?
remember.
Didn't that? No one was killed. Just a lot of sort of trauma mentally from the hail of cannonballs coming from above.
I'm kind of glad I slept through it now.
Sorry. No, you're fine. But sorry to everyone else. I
I'm
blacked it out.
amazed that you did sleep through it. To
Yeah.
be frank.
I mean, I had no control over what happened to me while I was Corbin, or while Corbin was me,
Yeah.
or whichever.
So you see this. You only see this tail come out of the water.
Do I see it too?
You see it too.
Oh, okay.
And it's starting to move away from the ship, and it seems to be like it's moving closer back to land. But All the pirates go, all right, mermaid's gone, back to work. And you move onwards to Hammerhead Bay on the Golden Isle. Apex comes and stands out on the deck with you and says, hello, co-captains. I'm very excited.
Wait.
Salutations.
Finally getting to Hammerhead Bay.
Co-captain?
Oh,
we were
yes,
here.
you've awakened again.
Yes.
He established that early on.
Oh yeah. I
How
remember
are you feeling?
that.
Co-captain Sisha.
Refreshed.
Refreshed? Excellent.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I'm kind of sad I missed the fight, but after hearing a little bit about what happened, I'm probably glad I missed the fight.
Well, I was incredibly heroic, Sisha.
You were? What'd you do?
I became trapped inside a clean beast. And then I eroded its morale from the inside
Whoa.
so that people could, it looked as though other people were killing the clean beast, but it was the erosion of morale was the
Okay.
key factor.
Sounds believable.
Yes. Yes, it was excellent.
Okay.
Everyone agreed that I was
Sure.
I have some questions
Okay.
for you that I've heard from the crew, and I believed I could bring them up as a captain. We were normally, it is my understanding, that one would have a great feast to celebrate a battle.
Okay.
However, our ship is, one of the pirates used this word, I'm not sure what it means, but fucked.
Okay. Our ship is fucked?
It took on some damage.
Yes.
It's not in feast-giving shape.
No.
A lot of holes in the deck.
Yes.
And you don't want a hole in your deck, is
No.
my understanding.
No holes in the deck.
So we may need to find a location in Hammerhead Bay. And thank you all for taking me to Hammerhead Bay, as you promised. We may need a location for the feast.
Yeah.
However, I'm sure that when I show up, and I will, of course, immediately take over Hammerhead Bay and be their leader, it would be my privilege to let you have the feast anywhere in Hammerhead Bay that you want.
Okay. Are you providing the food? The feast?
No, so you weren't here for this. Seagulls ate all the food that was on
Oh,
the
that
ship.
was my fault. I'm sorry. I gave the seagulls all of our food so that they could shit all over the other ship and blind them.
That's fine.
It was
It worked.
excellent.
If whatever works.
Chemical warfare.
The chemical
No,
warfare.
it really is.
warfare,
It
yeah.
was the best we could do at the time.
Yeah, Geneva Convention's done it.
No, but I
just yet.
mean, like, once we get to Hammerhead Bay and you take over, are you providing the food from your spoils?
Well, then I expect I could, yes.
Yeah. Cool. Could we outfit our ship? while we're there?
I would suspect that there is a shipwright of some kind
Yeah.
in Hammerhead Bay where we could indeed seek repairs.
Okay.
And once they have decided that I'm their leader, as I'm sure they will, presumably that'll all be free.
Yeah.
And
I'm expecting that.
I also think that potentially a parade
Okay.
Oh, parade.
to celebrate their new leader, my glorious arrival. You would all be welcome to come to that as well and stand at my side as co-captains.
Wow.
Wow, thanks.
Wow.
What a privilege.
You had about enough of Apex.
No, I'm trying. I kind of want to see. I want to draw and see what happens when we get to Hammerhead Bay.
No, I'm just waiting. I'm just letting him finish. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's great. That's
I'm
wonderful.
kind
Apex.
of enjoying his tale, but I also want to see what really will.
So
Yeah.
you're a few minutes. You're 20 minutes out from Hammerhead Bay. So this is a very easy roll. So roll
Okay.
6 dice. You want to get 2 successes.
I was just still angrily thinking about sexy Nigel. And I'm just like, I can't believe I always have to fall for these stupid, pretty men who are always in charge of something, even on a pirate ship. And like, she's just
I
complaining
got
about
2
it.
successes and 2 skulls.
2 successes and 2 skulls. Are they on paradox dice? No, 'cause you don't have any paradox.
No
dice.
paradox.
Okay. So you draw. You spend a little bit of time drawing Hammerhead Bay. That's what you're kind of. You're not always aware of what you're drawing
Right.
until you look at it and it's finished.
Right.
And what you see is it looks like it's a welcome sign,
Okay.
welcoming people into the bay.
Okay.
It does not say welcome to Hammerhead Bay.
Okay.
Oh.
It says welcome to Mermaid Bay.
Uh-oh. Don't tell him.
Okay. How long has it been since you've been to Hammerhead Bay?
Oh, well, I've never been to Hammerhead Bay myself. It's more of a sort of an ancestral home, yes. Yes, I believe it was founded by a relative of mine.
Do you,
Hence Hammerhead Bay. Yes, that's why they will immediately accept me as leader once they see me in my glorious Hammerhead form.
so do others call it Hammerhead Bay, or just have you?
Oh
only
no,
called
everyone calls it Hammerhead Bay.
Everyone?
Very famous smuggler location. Yes.
Seriously?
Yes, everyone calls it Hammerhead
Corbin?
Bay. And you actually see Corbin says, yes, everyone does call it Hammerhead Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something's telling me that something might have changed.
I see. You think they will? Perhaps they. Here's what I suspect. I suspect they have heard of my arrival, and it is now called Apex Bay.
Yeah, Apex. This
That is a wonderful name for a bay.
Really
That's
good
not
name.
that's not what I'm seeing, and I just kind of show him the.
Well, I don't mean to be a critic, Sisha, but you've spelled the word hammer.
No, okay, so
Where
like
there
you
is-
might. Okay,
Where there's
hold
an
on.
H, you have put in, and for the A, there is an E.
So
Then for the
Let me
first
stop.
M, you have put an R. For the
Right.
second M is actually right.
right, so let me stop you.
Yeah.
And let me just interrupt for a second, because my ability lets me see things that exist in the future. So this is when we are approaching the bay, and I think something's changed.
Such a curse that you can only see things that are incorrect. These
Okay, well.
these mage ways are very difficult.
I don't
for
know
me to
why I even
understand.
bothered. I just was trying. Okay, so
Just let him believe what he needs.
okay, I messed up. I messed up.
Well, these things happen.
I was trying to pull a joke on you.
Go get
Yeah, it's funny.
That is an excellent joke. I am understanding humor,
Yes.
particularly now.
We're just gonna have to.
Doing a very good job.
Yeah.
He's just gonna.
And so I motioned to you both, and I'm like, so this is what we're gonna see when we get there. Just letting you guys know. I don't know what this means.
Well, it looks like our friend. Mm-hmm. It is not Hammerhead Bay.
No.
I'm saying this not to Apex. I'm like, he's like clearly looking across the sea, like, yes, I'm ready. I'm
Yes,
like, no,
cannot wait.
it looks like we'll have to deal with this when we get there because he won't listen to us because we are fleshy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might as well warn the crew,
Yeah.
the higher ups,
Yeah.
that he's going to throw a tantrum.
So you want to call like Mary,
meeting? Yeah,
Master
Mary, yeah.
Hounds is under deck
Master
because it's
Hound.
daytime.
We'll go under the deck and meet him with Mary.
Okay.
Nigel as well.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's in charge of anything, and just be like, just so everyone knows, your departments.
Yeah.
So
whoever's
you
the department.
you send out some crew to fetch
Yeah.
everyone and bring them to
Yeah.
an area on the ship. The person who you send to look after the Master of Hounds says, "Oh, you want me to wake him up?"
Oh, no. There's no need for that. Sorry. I thought he might be doing something else, but we don't need to wake him.
Okay. I wasn't treasuring that
No.
opportunity.
No.
So
It's fine.
thank you, co-captains, for not.
Maybe just write a note and put it on the door.
Yes, that sounds good.
Excellent. Yes, I can definitely do
Yeah.
that. Actually, let's say that it's Jen and Eric that
Yeah.
you send out for everyone. So Jen and Eric are two crew members who helped you out during the battle.
Okay.
They are very enthusiastic, but they are not terribly effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, captains, I'll go and do that right away,
Right.
and I'll come back if I don't get eaten.
Just don't make us. Just be quiet when you do it.
So, sort of Mary and Corbin are the two main people who are involved in this. I don't think, like, Big Paul isn't a senior member of the ship.
No.
You're welcome to call Nigel if you like. He is technically a senior member of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's not moping. Is he moping?
Yeah, he's
This might help him though.
yeah.
That's true.
Distract him a little bit.
So he actually sits down. He looks rather thrilled to have been invited.
Okay, good.
Sneeze.
He says, "Oh, so
Oh, no.
I thought I had to sneeze.
No.
oh God, what have you started?"
I don't know.
It's my fault. I'm
It
sorry.
went away. It went away. Okay, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
Do you know you can make a sneeze? If you've got a sneeze and it looks like it's on the bubble,
Yeah.
you can look it up. If you look at a bright light, you'll
It'll
sneeze.
make it.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
No one understands why.
No.
That's like cool.
Body facts.
I hate
Yes.
that. Hate it. Hate everything about it.
So Nigel says, "Oh well, we finally made it to Hammerhead Bay. I mean, it was only a week, I suppose, but it feels like months."
I show him the drawing.
You show him the drawing.
Yeah.
So it's like, "Oh, there seems to be a sheet that tells me everything you're good at, Sish."
Whoa, weird.
Yeah.
Shows the sheet and goes, "Oh, So is that where we're going to after Hammerhead Bay? Mermaid Bay?
No, this is apparently what we're gonna roll up in to.
Oh.
So we think that Apex is going to throw a bit of a tantrum.
I would imagine he will throw a bit of a
He
tantrum.
does expect to conquest the Isle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I don't know if this is what you expected of me, I don't think I'm going to be able to sort of prevent the rampaging were-shark.
No, I don't think any
Should
of
he
us.
have a sulk? And Corbin says, yes, I'm not terribly looking forward to that either.
Yeah, we're mainly calling everyone together so we know about it, and maybe someone would have an idea as to what to do. Can we drug him?
Oh, that would be
Make
fun.
him sleepy? Make him think the whole thing happened and he was in charge?
I mean, you certainly could do that. I imagine we could get him very, very drunk.
Can I
on
enter his
grog.
mind?
But that's scary. I don't know. Can you?
Me out of character asking Patrick.
Can you enter his mind? To an extent. You could certainly enter his dreams if he was asleep.
Yeah, damn, he's not asleep.
But you could hit him with a mental blast because you have some new powers.
Yeah.
Those are the main things you've unlocked. I think you can go a little bit deeper into his brain. You can also just give him a suggestion. But generally suggestions are things that you kind of want to do anyway.
Right. Can I stop him? Can I pause him?
I mean, you want to like stop time on him?
Just him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Well, yes, but like not for very long. It's not a long-term solution. The mundane solution of like poisoning him or drugging him is probably.
Let's drug him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some grog.
Oh, the celebration. What if
Yeah.
we say we'll start now?
Yes.
He wants to celebrate. We'll start now. Let's just bring him some grog.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
Okay.
like, we've seen it. It's so conquered, and you're ready to take over your
Yeah.
land, and we'll just get him absolutely
Smashed.
litty.
And we'll sing a song that Patrick has to write.
Yep.
Yes,
This is my
perfect.
punishment, isn't it?
Exactly.
So Nigel gives what he thinks is a big sort of whistle with his fingers, but it sounds like
Toot.
feet.
Beep.
Beep.
Feet. And Jen and Eric run up and go, yes, Quartermaster, how can we help you? Oh, yeah, I forgot, I'm talking to me.
Yeah.
And then Nigel says, captains need something. I was waiting for Nigel to talk, and I forgot that he's
You're him.
he's
Yeah.
fucking pretend.
Just waiting for her to
I
talk.
think we should start the celebration now.
Yes.
Audibly.
Yes.
And then make sure he hears it.
Make it like it's his idea to join.
Well, no, we're celebrating him right now.
Right. Yes.
And we're starting the celebration early. Now,
Yes.
we might have pre-poured some drinks.
Yes.
And there might be extra things in the drinks we give
Do
him.
we have?
Does he have
yes.
lips? Do sharks have lips?
So he's also a human.
What?
Like, he has a human
Yeah.
form.
Okay.
So he does have lips in that form.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird.
He has there are multiple versions of Apex. He's
Okay.
normally, when you're talking to him, he's a person.
Oh, he's
has
not like
human-
shark.
Street shark.
Street
and then
shark and then shark.
Okay, so
Right.
he's not like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
He
superhero right now.
can do that,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have to do that.
Okay.
That's more like a battle form.
Right. Okay.
He showed us that on board.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yes.
It was excellent.
Yeah, what he said.
right.
So Jen and Eric say, "All right, captains, sorry, I'll bring a lot of grog into this room,
Yeah.
and then you can use it however you see fit. Let's go!" And then they run off and start bringing back
so
as
where
much
do we get the drugs?
grog as they can.
Well,
And also, he's pretty large. I
Yeah.
assume.
You're gonna
Yeah.
need a lot of grog. For
We're
sure.
gonna need a lot of drugs.
do we have anybody who messes with alchemy that is not Liga?
Yeah, because Liga's indisposed.
Can we peek into her bag? Go in her room and maybe?
I mean, if you fucking want. It's Liga, though.
I know.
I
This
mean,
is
I
a
So
emergency.
while you were
He's not really
asleep,
gonna
Liga
value
turned
that.
a man's clothes into acid,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he melted through the bottom of the ship.
I know.
So I'm not here to tell you not to like mess with her stuff.
But we could
It's
just
a-
like
Yeah,
accidentally
I
melt
think
the
she's-
Apex.
Yeah, no. I think we can maybe make this work. I do believe that I could I do have a touch spirit, so I could try and touch his spirit into maybe being more susceptible to grog. Talk to him.
I don't know if that will work, I'm afraid. I don't see the mechanism
Right.
where touching his spirit could get him to get more drunk.
Could I?
Now, so wait, no, I thought of the mechanism. Here's what you do. You consecrate the grog.
Oh, I was going to say yes.
There you go.
You
With Prime?
take it into the spirit world.
Yes, that's what,
Wow. Okay, there you go.
You get his ghost drunk.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They could do that. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, of course.
All right, so let's do the consecration effect first.
Okay.
So you're going to consecrate this grog so you can take it with you to the
Okay.
spirit world.
Which
That
is my
a-
Prime, which is melee.
I think it's prime 1, so just roll 6 dice
Okay.
and try and
Yeah.
get at least 1 success.
All right.
The more successes you get, the more grog you
I'm
can
making
bring.
ghost grog. No one talk to me. I got 1 success.
1 success does it.
Okay.
That'll consecrate a barrel of grog.
Okay.
So what I'm imagining here is that you're going to probably, because you don't have a preponderance of grog, that this may need to be a 2-pronged plan where you are both getting him and his ghost drunk at the same time.
Yes, you two
Yeah.
go get him drunk. I'll go get his ghost drunk. Don't ask questions. I just
Right.
walk away.
So Apex, I would say Genera probably can fetch Apex for you if you want to bring him here
Sure.
when you roll the grog.
Yeah.
And they bring him here, he goes, co-captains, yes, you understand you want to speak to me. I see you're having a meeting. That's presumably all the most important people on the ship.
Yes.
This makes perfect sense. What are we all doing?
We're celebrating you.
And your victory.
And I shove a flagon of grog in his hand.
Oh, thank you. I have rather a high tolerance for grog, so...
You have a high tolerance, you say?
Oh, yes.
Well, you
I
better get
probably-
busy.
I very rarely get drunk unless someone's also getting my ghost drunk.
Oh,
So,
has that happened before?
no.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I don't know
I'll
either.
cut that out. So he starts having a flagon, and he downs it immediately and goes, yes, this grog is excellent.
Is it?
Yes. Or what do you do? So what are you doing at the moment? So if you want to travel to the spirit realm, that's a level 3 effect.
Yes.
And it's going to require you to you're probably doing a really obviously occult ritual
Sure,
in
yes.
the corner of the room.
Well, I could go
Co-captain.
down below deck where no one sees me.
Oh yeah, okay. So you want to do that?
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
You
I
are
said,
below deck with the Hatmaster of Hounds right now, right?
But
yeah. Oh, no.
You
no.
can go to your room.
So you're below. So you are.
Yeah, where
There's
are we?
multiple decks. You're not with the Master of Hounds because he's asleep.
Okay,
With
yeah,
all
yeah,
of his
you're right,
dogs.
you're right.
Really, he goes as far down as he
Yeah.
can. You're kind of in a middle deck, but you're not in the open air. But you're in a big sort of conference room that's big enough for everyone to sort of talk in. So yes, so you're going to go downstairs and do this this ritual. So what does her traveling to the spirit world ritual look like?
So she has her scissors, of course. So I think it would just be a matter of setting, obviously sitting down, communing with the spirit world, sort of getting in touch with it, pulling the scissors out, and then just cutting a door.
So it cuts a door.
Yeah,
Neat.
in reality. So just
Sweet.
taking the scissors and just cutting a door, like tatters like fabric, and then just walking through.
So give me an occult roll to make sure that you make the correct kind of obeisances to the various spirits.
Okay.
And that's going to be, so you've got 6 dice.
Yes.
And you're going to need to beat a difficulty of 3. And you've got your barrel of grog to bring with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right?
5.
Yeah, 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah.
5 successes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you easily bring yourself and this grog over. And
Okay.
as you kind of step through this portal, you are now in the metaphor of the ship,
Okay.
rather than being in the ship itself.
Yeah.
Now, it still has physical form around you. You can still travel through it as it is, but the facts of the ship are no longer as important as what people on the ship believe.
Right.
And what you see, you step through this gate and you are suddenly in a sort of a luxury liner. You're in the most opulent ship.
Oh, well, we
because at the
did-
moment, people believe, you just beat this battle.
Yeah.
You've been going great. Their belief in this ship is so strong that the main thing you feel it's like you're stepping through a portal and just stepping into hope.
Oh, that's nice. Steven shows up as just a griffin,
So Griffin's, Stephen's delighted. He flaps around you and goes,
Oh, yeah.
Aura, you've never come into the spirit world with me before. This is
Oh, good
marvelous.
to see you, Steven. Welcome. I hope you have a nice house here.
Well, no, I just sort of flap around and live on your staff mostly.
that's
But I'd love to show you around. This is well, it's the Nexus Spear, I suppose. So
it
you
looks
already-
great. It's
Yeah, it's. I may be biased, but I feel like it's a little bit fancier on this side.
It definitely is. Yes,
Yes.
it's smelly. A lot smellier on the other side.
It does vary, you know. So it's interesting sometimes. Like maybe come and check back. Sometimes it's really shit here.
Oh. Well, now it looks very nice, and I'm
Yes.
glad. Could you show me to Apex? I have some ghost grog for
Oh,
him.
absolutely, yes. Because we're in the spirit world, you can just sort of goo up there.
Oh, of
to-
course. I forgot about that because it grosses me out.
Yes. Or you can also all the doors and things still work. You can just walk.
No, I'll goo. It's fine.
Okay. So you begin.
Yeah.
Physical space isn't important on
Yeah.
the ship. So firstly, the ship is much bigger in the eyes of the crew than it is
Sure.
in reality. But you sort of just feel yourself being in the part of the ship that you want to be in. And you can see these kind of outlines of the crew members who are all in that room. Particularly because Corbin St. James is there, you do see that there is a raven spirit
Oh, yeah.
hovering over her.
How cool.
And then you see the totem spirit of Apex, who is a great shark. Literally, it's not actually a hammerhead shark. It's a great white.
Right.
But yes, shark just is kind of swimming around Apex at all times, keeping eye on its charge.
Yeah, I will walk up and just say, hello, shark spirit. I see you're no different. Oh, no, not me. I'm not a morsel. This is, and I push the barrel towards him. It's your favorite.
Is this from sea?
Yeah, it is, actually.
What would you have me do with it?
Eat it. It's for you. It's a treat. Yum, yum, yum.
Okay, so
Trying to, indicate, yum, yum, yum.
sharks are kind of suspicious, but they do like to bite things. So as shark kind of swims around you, and you see that whenever it leaves your sight, it comes back as a different kind of shark.
Ooh, neat.
So it kind of swirls around you, and you try not to look behind it, because you know that that will be showing weakness.
Also, some of Aura's joy for the spirit world has not changed since childhood. She still
good.
gets the joy from seeing all these creatures in the spirit world,
Yeah, 'cause
which
it's
is
rad.
well, and that's what it was introduced to it by. So she's like, oh wow, neat, and she should be a lot more concerned. But she's like, oh, this is just so wonderful. But
Yeah.
I have a question too. Does she have any indication that she has the music on her in the spirit world? Is she messed up looking?
So your physical body is in the spirit world.
Okay.
So you are
that's right. Okay.
exactly the same.
Okay, so it's
you
not her
aren't-
spirit.
Yeah,
Okay.
you currently aren't the metaphor of Aura.
Got it. I am just
Yeah.
her. Okay, cool. All right. But yeah, so I'm just here's this wonderful treat for you, an offering for you, great shark spirit.
I appreciate this offering. I will consume it. You are close to the apex, yes?
Yes, he's a very excellent co-captain.
He is a child of the sea. It is wrong that he is out of it.
I mean, he is in between a bit here and there, but I will agree with you because you're very scary.
I will consume this barrel now.
Is there anything you'd like me to tell him when I go back?
Tell him to be wary of those that live on land.
All right. I may do night.
And then swims behind you again. And when it comes out, it's like a basking shark.
Oh, yeah.
And it swallows the grog
Oh,
barrel, just,
wow.
and then and then goes, yes, this is a fine tribute. Woof. Okay. We're friends, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We get on.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, seems like you're feeling a little
I feel
good. Do you feel good?
sad.
No.
No one likes me.
No, that's not true. No, we all like you.
No one's ever happy to see Shark.
Oh, we're happy to see you, Mr. Shark.
Oh, no.
Why don't you lie down?
And it starts sort of swimming sideways.
Oh my God. Why don't you lie down, sir? It's all right.
I'm going to lie down. and it sort of curls up. It becomes a tiny little tiger shark,
Oh.
which only makes it drunker.
Yeah.
Because that's obviously, you know, like size of
Sure.
the
Yeah,
spirit
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the spirit world. Of course, the size of a fuck it. This isn't in the book.
Yeah.
And it comes up. Now, meanwhile, you guys have no idea that any of this is happening.
Right.
However,
We knew to try to get this
Yeah.
Yeah,
normal,
so you're also
this
getting-
normal shark drunk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say we are encouraging.
yeah. So you're in
Yeah.
there.
The grog.
Apex has had a couple of drinks and he says, "Oh, co-captains, I have not drunk very much grog, and yet I already starting to feel as though I have drunk too much grog."
Too much. That's never a thing.
Oh, I disagree intensely. There's the terrible vomiting that happens and
Oh.
the sadness that comes with grog.
Do you feel sad?
Yes, but I shouldn't. I haven't had that much grog.
Do you
I don't
feel
know
sick?
how to fix this problem. I
Maybe-
am still very capable and deadly. Don't worry, I'm not drunk yet, but I'm drunker than I should be,
Maybe-
perhaps.
Do you want to have a nap? And I kind of insert
would
that
like-
thought into his head.
I think I should stop drinking grog, or I will become drunk and be useless to you. If I had much more grog, then I would be asleep.
Well,
when we
you
get
should
to
have one
Hammerhead
more.
Bay.
You should have more.
We're celebrating you, Apex.
But yeah,
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my
I
god.
just wanted
Manipulation.
to imprint. I wanted to imprint that in
Oh,
his
you
head.
just want to. So you can. There's two ways you can do it. You can do it with a mundane roll. You can try and persuade him, which would be manipulation plus persuasion, or you can try and just put a little suggestion in his mind, but he can resist those. He's not like it's not like doing it to a human where it's just going to work if you get the right things. He's going to roll against
Even
it.
though he's handicapped by.
I think he's going to
ghost
take a
drunk?
dice penalty because his ghost is drunk.
His ghost is
That's in the
What
book.
a good
yeah.
sentence, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his ghost is drunk. It's
I
fine.
think I want to use an impression. Like I want to.
Okay.
Like there's just one more drink.
That's going to be 6 dice.
Yeah.
The more successes you get, the more the more likely the suggestion is to work, and the more likely it is to push through his defenses.
Okay.
You can also use a paradox dice to guarantee some successes.
I'll use a paradox. And blow everything up.
He's going to roll against you. What'd you get?
3?
3 successes.
Yeah.
That does it. He looks at you and he says, "Co-Captain Saoirse,
Yes.
I have realized I've been terribly rude by not getting extremely drunk.
I know. I'm offended.
I-
And then I just shove another
I
pitcher in his
I
head.
wish to learn more about the people of the unconquered Oz, and the people of you people, foot people, people with feet. I want to, not fin people. Foot. I want to learn about the foot guys.
The foot guys? Okay.
The foot guys.
We can teach you all about the foot guys.
Yes, it's important to me that when we have the feast, that I need to go to Hammerhead Bay, and then the foot people have to like me.
Yes.
Saoirse will
They're going to like you. I mean, who couldn't like you? Look how
Will-
lovable you are.
Wilhelm, what if the foot people don't like me?
They will all love
What
you
if-
and respect you.
What
I
if
know
they
it.
sense that I don't always have feet?
That just makes you more powerful.
I need to lie down. Thank you, co-captains. And then he turns into a street shark
He stumbles.
and says, "I'm enormous."
Yes.
Oh
And then
boy.
he falls asleep.
They go, so big.
Immediately.
And then he goes and curls up and falls asleep in the corner of the room. And then you hear above from the deck, you hear, "All right, we're docking." And it's not some kind of piratical perversion that they're engaging in. They have indeed pulled into the docks.
God damn it.
My brain first went there.
Yeah, well, I saw it happen. And you realize that your ship is now on the Golden Isle,
Yeah.
and potentially even in Hammerhead Bay, where you have been wanting to go for so long.
HHB.
And we will burden our souls with those secrets next time on Mage of Sail. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in a week's time with more adventures. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you really like it, you could try pledging on Patreon, because it's great. See you soon. Bye.
A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be.